Hello,
Hello.
bonjour, and welcome to Clarity. My name's Barbara Gray, and over to my right, you can see here's my friend Paul Church. We're
Good
trying
morning.
something new today. I'm working from a different building and
Studio 2.
and we're simulcasting. So my hope is that this is going to work. Come on in. This is a good experiment, Paul.
It is, isn't it? And we sort of tried it back in the day, didn't we? When we used to do sort of craft alongs with Linda Williams and things like that.
Yeah. And so needs must today as well. And I think it's going to be great. I'm above my garage at home, and Paul is
At Clarity
at
Towers.
Clarity Towers. So there we go. And I must remember to look at you, good people, and not at Paul.
I know,
which is
I've kept
quite
doing
difficult. Yeah, so it's 10 o'clock, it's Clarity TV, and it's also Japan month.
It is.
We decided.
I was going to say, what was the reason for all things Japan?
Well, Dave and I were going to go to Japan this year because it's one of his big birthdays this year, and so we were going to go to Japan. But unfortunately, or as it stands, not so well stood actually. Dave's had to have a knee surgery, so he had a knee replacement operation last week. So any chance of going to Japan has been put back to next year probably. So come on in. So what we decided to do was, if we couldn't go to Japan, then we'll bring Japan to us. So for the whole month of March, we're going to be celebrating all things Japanese. We've got beautiful Japanese artwork and products, and I've always been a big fan. Dave and I are big fans of Japan, and we love their craft, their culture. You know, we just think it's amazing. I'm a potter, and I do all my things are very Japanesey. And we spend hours in the evenings just, we do, Paul.
Didn't you go to an exhibition up in London? Wasn't there an exhibition of a
Japan House?
Yeah.
Japan House in Kensington. Yeah, no, fantastic. We go up to exhibitions there, and they have meetings, and it's really, really interesting. And it's right by the old Barker's building in Kensington.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, that big Art Deco building. My mum used to work there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Japan. And so this month, it's going to be all things Japan. And we're kind of kicking it off today, really. So, Paul, I'll let you explain what that actually entails while our friends are pulling up a seat and joining us.
Absolutely. Okay. So if you sign up to our emails, then you would have received an email last night explaining all about the story behind Japan. And why we're bringing Japan to both Barb and Dave at home, and also to everyone here at Clarity and all of our good friends at home. So we thought it'd be a really good idea if we also offered a discount code from now, or last night when it went live, up until the end of March. So all you need to do is, when you put anything in your basket and you go to checkout, there'll be an area where you can put a discount code in. All you need to put is Japan 10, and it will take an extra 10% off of your basket. So what it does first is, if you're in any of the clubs, it takes your club discount off, and then an additional 10% off as well.
That's impressive, Paul.
It is indeed, isn't it?
That's a good way to start the Japan party, I think.
Yeah.
You know, so it's Japan 10 is the code, is it? Just to reiterate. And you can use it many times, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you order like some of our friends do on a daily basis, you could use it every single day, every time you place an order.
And it's for the whole month of March.
Yeah, up until midnight on the 31st of March.
Okay, that's excellent. And then the other thing, to get us in the mood as well, I wanted to just sort of bring it up at the beginning. Before I forget, I wanted to apologise also for for having to cancel the shack last minute last night. We went to the hospital with Dave for what we thought was a physio session, and the 1 hour ended up being nearly 5 hours, and so we didn't get home until late. There's a problem, but it's being addressed, and I'm sure that he'll be fine. I wouldn't want to swap with him, I say that, but it's all consuming at the moment here at home, as you can imagine. If you've ever done anything like this, or been through anything like this, or watched anybody go through this, it is quite something. But you know, it was necessary. It was a necessary surgery, and now we're just rolling with it. We're going with it. He needed it done. So
the jokes, he needed it done.
So I just wanted to apologize for, you know, I'm having to play it a little bit by ear. I'm doing the best I can. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, I mean, I saw on Facebook many of our friends, when Grace put the post out there last night, totally understood, and obviously said for you to take the time as well, because obviously being a nurse, I mean, that's very sort of highbrow, isn't it? Running around and dishing out the medication.
That's a lot of responsibility. You'd be proud of me. I've made this amazing spreadsheet in my InDesign file, and I'm like, right now it's 8 o'clock. So scan across. Okay, it's tramadol at 8, and it's, you know, quite ass-kicking medication, I can tell you. So
yeah, you
yeah,
definitely need to be on that. The attention is there than anywhere else, isn't
and
it?
also you've got to keep your eye on the patient, you know, because it's really strong stuff. The sound is good, says Jane. Jane, our dear friend Jane Telford is in the building. I'm probably repeating you, Paul.
No, we got that. I think we just got carried away with all things Japan, didn't we?
Yeah, dear our Jane, our friend Jane is looking after you. So if you have any questions, then please direct them to Jane, and she'll feed them through to Paul and myself.
She will indeed.
The other thing I was going to say is, right, it's Japan month. We need your help as well. And we know that you've got loads of our Japan stamps and stencils from way back when we spent quite a lot of time in Japan during lockdown in the shack too, didn't we?
Yeah.
So what we would really love, just to get in the spirit of things, from like starting now as well, we would love you to flood Groovy Worldwide, Clarity Worldwide, Pergamano Worldwide, and the Mini Makes Facebook page with all things Japan, all your beautiful artwork. Yeah. But what would be ideal, what would be really excellent and would certainly help us a lot, is when you post your artwork, if you could put the link to the main subject. So if you used the geisha stamp, or the, you know, whichever stamps or stencils or dies you used, it would be really, really helpful if you were able to add the link to the website. Because often people, then what happens is they see your artwork, they fall in love with it, they think, I want to do that, I'm going to take advantage of that 10% discount code, right? And then we get the message saying, Jenny did a really nice card on Groovy Worldwide, and I really want to know which plates she used, you know.
Yeah.
And then Grace is in Brooklyn. She then texts me, any chance of looking at what Jenny used? So it would be really useful if Jenny actually put the link. It would be absolutely brilliant for us.
Yeah, or if you don't know how to put the link, if you can even just put the product code, the 5-digit number.
Yeah, that's it. Even just, if you can't link it up, very good idea, Paul. Just put the code. That would be super.
It's really, really good. And as you say, Barbara, it's that inspiration, isn't it? And many of our friends, I've seen it, they go on there, someone puts a lovely card up, and then there's, oh, what plate did you use? What plate did you use? Or what stamp and everything else. Perfect option, especially with the Japan 10 code as well.
Yes, and the design team also, you know, do me a favor, girls and boys, just start posting that beautiful artwork. I mean, we're going to indulge it now too. That's the artwork that's specific to what we're doing here. But if you've got any artwork that you know isn't being showcased during the course or the month of March, then do us a favor and just spoil us a little bit with your talent. That would be great.
Spread the love of Japan. Absolutely.
There you are. Okay, so Paul, over to you.
Okay, so I thought what we'll do, we'll have a look at this brand new stamp set. And so it's brand new today. We released it last night. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to bring up the details on the screen. So the item number for this is 12119. And this is Barbara Shack, Japanese Flowers and Butterfly Sampler, A5 stamp and mask set. So if we have a look at the pack shot on there, you can see you've got that beautiful packaging and you have this trio of stamps with the little silhouettes. And Barb will explain these during the course of the hour on the demo on exactly how they work. It also comes with the masks as well. So if you're in the club, you'll obviously get your club discount. And when you come to checkout, if you put that additional Japan 10 at checkout, it will take another 10% off as well. So I thought what we would do first, if we have a look on the overhead at the stamps. So we've printed these out just in black line art. Barb will go into them in a little bit more detail during the course of the hour. So you've got the 3 circular designs, and then you have these like silhouette infills.
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt
here?
Yeah, because obviously these beautiful stamps, we doodled these in the shack a while ago, didn't we? And and the original artwork, there are 3 other sets that are larger than this. And the size is considerable. I don't know if you're able to just show us the difference, Paul, just so that our friends at home that already have the larger ones, they can then see the difference. Yeah, okay, that's what we needed to establish.
There we go.
Can
so
see
this
here
was the original, and this is the new version.
Yeah, so the new ones, you know, because we're really into our mini makes, aren't we? And you can see here on the larger one, you've got the positive and the negative in its entirety, and then you've just got the 2 butterflies, which are very, very useful. I should be demonstrating one of these sets. These come with masks, don't they, as well, Paul?
They do indeed, yep. So you've got your stamp and mask as well. And then we've also got a collection where you also designed a beautiful stencil to complement it as well, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. How many of the stencils are there? I was surprised I had about 6 in my stash here.
So for the Japanese collection, you've got the 3. So you've got love, beauty, and peace. And then you designed a trio of other stencils, which were the leaves, the roses, and also the snowdrops, which would work beautifully with the stamps.
Very Japanesey. Very Japanesey, yeah. So going back to the trio of Japanese rounds, these beautiful butterfly rounds. Even if I say so myself, I think this is some of the nicest. This is some of the nicest illustrating I've done. I just love it. It's just so beautiful to use, you know.
It is, and it's got that sort of. It's very sort of spring-like as well, isn't it? So although it's got that Japanese flair, and the detail, even though these have been made smaller, the detail has not been lost from it at all.
Can you come in a bit closer so we can see that?
Yeah, of course I can. Let's have a look. Come in on that one. I can come in a bit closer.
That's fantastic. So you can see there, right, now we're cooking with gas. And you can see those little solid stamps underneath. They're all numbered actually on the indexing sheet. I'll show you that when I start putting them through their paces, but they fit perfectly. So they're like beautiful little assets. They're lovely little floral elements just on their own, you know, if you're making a wreath or something. But yeah, they really do work. Say you stamp the center, cover it up with the mask that also comes with this set, and then you use those elements around the outside. Just looks so lovely, Paul.
I've got a piece of artwork here from Linda Spencer. So is that exactly what
I'm talking about? You see, and that's smashing.
That's lovely, isn't it? And so and then creating the borders. This one here from Debbie McMullen. This is quite nice. That's using the dancers. Isn't that beautiful?
That's using the dancers, the meadow dancers from the masks.
Yeah, to create, so they're sort of holding the world above type thing. Another one from Linda Spencer using all 3 of them. I'll zoom out a little
bit. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, there we go.
So she's used the Posca pen on just to really zest up that white, hasn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, the white pencil from the Perga liners works beautifully on craft card, but if you really want to make it pop, then you just add a little flash with the white. You can see on that one as well. You can see exactly where. Is this Sonia?
It is indeed.
Yeah,
yes.
Glorious, isn't it? You can see exactly where she's used the Posca pens as well, though, can't you?
Yeah, to highlight on the butterfly. This one here from Sheila Metzeler.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So look virtually the same, but different colorways.
Absolutely.
Um,
They're just lovely. They work so beautifully together. And because they come with masks, Paul, you can overlap them really nicely too.
yeah,
Mm.
Sarah Brennan has
I
done
love
that
it
one.
on
Now
craft
this
card.
one's really nice. This one's from the lovely D.
This is mixed
And
media.
so this is using Sam's papers.
Isn't that fantastic? Cool. Look at that.
I know. So you can go really sort of crisp and clean, and then you can go a little bit grungy.
Those are amazing. Have we got a Sam's papers on the show?
I can add them into the poll
I would.
afterwards. Yeah, there we go. So this one here. Oops, who was that? That was Linda Spencer again. This one's nice. Who do you reckon?
You stop that one. Stop that one. That's Sarah Brennan. You see that one there by Linda Spencer. So
Yeah.
again, she's used just the leaf infill. You see those little bits around the outside?
Yes.
That's the part of the leaf. See the blue leaves on
Oh,
the.
of course. Yes.
All she's done is just taken that. See, and that I think is exciting. Those
Yeah.
little pieces there behind my head. There you
Yeah.
go. Those bits.
Look at that.
And that's smashing.
Yeah.
So very useful, even though they are actually just the perfect infill for the stamp. So they're like two-way overlays. They work beautifully as just background elements, builders. They're worker stamps, aren't they?
They are indeed. Yeah, and that's all on one level as well.
Nice,
so that's the
isn't it?
beauty of the masks.
Yeah.
So this one was actually Jane Telford.
No way.
Yeah. She's gone down the rainbow road.
Well, see, it's very Japanese. When you look at Japanese art, it's often very symmetrical. It's very beautiful. It's just like this. Yeah.
This one's rather lovely. Look at that.
That's gorgeous.
Deborah Wheeler.
Yeah, with an embedder.
Yeah, and she loves her embedders. This is the idea that you had. You were talking about the other week, replacing the O.
Oh yes.
So these are our alphabet dies to create the word, the L, V, and E, and that's all on one layer.
Isn't that fabulous?
Really, really beautiful.
And stencils, those big stencils, those aperture stencils are in the background.
Yeah.
I love that.
Look at it, Sheila Metzeler.
Oh yeah, isn't that gorgeous in those colours?
Yeah.
So now let me think. That's the Shenandoah papers.
Yep, Shenandoah and our doodle dies around the outside. There really is so much. Another one from Sheila Metzeler.
Using the butterfly, I love it. So this is a real shout out to Japan, isn't it? Absolutely fabulous artwork, Paul.
And this one here, Tina Morris.
You see, I haven't seen these. This is gorgeous. I haven't been in the office all week because I've been with Dave. So I haven't been there since this time last week, actually. I don't remember the last time. Oh, no, I wasn't because I was in hospital last week. Yeah. So it's been 10 days or something ridiculous since I've been in the office. So I haven't seen any of this artwork. Look at that.
No, it's Sonia.
I love it.
This is not. I like this one.
Oh, look. Who did that?
Tina Paramore. No, D. So if I bring in if I pop that to one side, so what? Look, just taking the flowers and the elements and just building up the design.
Isn't that clever? Look at that.
And that's the leaves, isn't it? The grass.
Cool, D, well done. And she's used, isn't that interesting? So she's gone to the butterfly kisses, and I went for those as well, the kiss stickers.
Yes. Yeah, we've also got those on the show.
Yeah, but I went for the same stickers. Great minds think alike, D.
Yeah.
I love the way she's used that lily from, I'm looking at the screen here. She's used the lilies. Yeah. To the right. And then just introduce the stalks herself.
The stalks, yeah.
Cool. Well, I tell you what, if you were sitting on the fence wondering whether to buy these three parters in one A5 set, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Tell us something about the prices, Paul.
Okay, so the price on this is £21.50. Now, if you belong to our Diamond Club, which is all three clubs, that brings it down to £18.28. Then if you put Japan 10 in, it will take another £1.80 off of that price. So really, it's a fantastic time to celebrate all things Japan.
That's very, very good, isn't it?
It is. Really, really good.
And just humour me here. Tell us what the price is on the larger ones. Let's just, before we
Okay.
go to demo, let's look at the larger ones too.
Yeah. Okay.
Might
So
want
let's
to pan
bring
out
in.
a bit.
Yeah, we'll bring in one of the collections. We'll do that first. So there's three
Out,
different.
Paul, out.
Oh, press the wrong button. There we go. I pressed number 7 instead of number 1. So you've got the. Where did I put that stencil? Got all my. There we go. So you've got a duo where you've got your A5 square stamper mask set together with your 7x7 stencil. So this one is the beauty. Now this would normally be £21.98. You have a £2 saving, bringing it down to £19.98. If you're a Diamond Club member, it brings it down to £16.98. And then Japan 10, another £1.69 off. So that's nearly £15. So basically, if you're in the Diamond Club, you're paying for the stamp and you're getting the stencil for free.
So just stay there for a minute. Humour me. I want to experiment something here. So
Okay.
what you're saying is, in the larger sets, you're
Yes.
going. I'm just repeating what you say because my head's all over the place today. So you're going to get that large set of stamps there.
Yeah.
With the large rounds, the positive and the negative, the butterflies and all that. You get the masks in there, and you also get the stencil to go with it, which we drew to match it.
Yeah.
And it comes to under 20 quid.
Yeah, under £20 plus all your club discounts and the Japan 10 discounts.
Right, now just stay there a minute. I
Yeah.
want to try something out. If
Okay.
I go like that,
Look at that
right.
magic.
Okay, I want to show you the packaging because I think Jazz did a cracking job on the packaging. So I know you think, well, the packaging is an inspiration packaging though. So the one that Paul, for example, was just showing us here. What Jazz has done is she's given you a really beautiful colouring option right there. Isn't that glorious?
It's stunning, isn't it?
And if I come in here, I'm going to humour me now. I'm going to unpack it because I think sometimes you need to actually see what it is you're getting. Right. So in here, you're getting the stamps, top quality, made by us in-house where Paul is, underneath where Paul's sitting. So you get these 2 beautiful stamps plus these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps. These are overlays. And this is what I wanted to show you, which masks you get. So you're getting 2 of the large masks and 3 of the butterflies. So if you wanted to layer up, that's yeah, just to explain what's actually in there. When we say you're getting masks, like, well, what are you getting masks for? You're getting masks for the rounds and the 3 butterfly options.
Super. And so when you look at it like that, I mean, that stamp would normally be $15.99 on its own. So with all the club discounts and the Japan 10, it really does mean that you've got that saving, which is near enough equivalent of getting the stencil for free.
It is. So, Paul.
Oh, okay. Let me swap that around.
Come on over.
Okay.
Hey.
There we
where
go.
are you? Come on in. Let's see. Let's make sure you're camera number 1, please.
I'm still
there
here.
You go. Yeah. So in a nutshell, we're just showing our friends what comes in those larger sets.
Yes.
You know, because not everybody will have seen these. We've had a lot of new friends to the Clarity family over the last few months.
We have indeed.
And those large sets, I'm going to demonstrate them also in this hour. So we ought to really crack on because I'm going to run out of space and time here. And then the other thing that I just wanted to show, just so that so our friends get a rough idea of where we are with this. Just bear with me a second here, right? And I'm going to show you what other Japanese flavors, you know, if you're filling that basket, if you're coming to Japan with us, then let me just show you a couple of other beautiful stamps, just in a nutshell. I mean, we're going to be going to Japan here for the whole of March.
We are indeed.
But I think it'd be nice to show you these as well, if you don't mind. Humour me here, and then we'll get going. So you've got those 3 beautiful rounds that come with the stencils.
Yeah, so you've got the 3 different options. If you go to the Clarity TV button on our website, you'll find everything that Barb's using with all the product codes, all available individually, depending on your price point.
There we are. So, and then the other thing that I really want, because I think Japanese, Chinese writing, Asian writing, this writing is like, it's so arty. It's art in
isn't
itself.
it?
So what we've done is we've got these larger sets, right?
Which were the original ones, weren't they?
They were
That shows
the
the price
original
of what
one.
they were. They're $9.99 individually.
There we are. So we got more going on than that though. So yeah, I just took the price tag off. So we've got these two sets of really beautiful, just as they come there. But then, as if we knew we were going to make smaller floral rounds, we've also got both of those combined into the smaller symbols, which are just gorgeous to use. Okay, so this is a really better. And then this one. Now, this is the Enso sign, and it's all about enlightenment. But I want to open this one again, Paul, because I think it's worth seeing what comes. Because when you look at this, you think you're just going to get that, but actually, watch and see what you get in this pack. Because it also comes in that Japanese symbol set that you can see on the left there. Look at that.
And we've updated the packaging as well, so so you'll be able to see on the front of it exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. But you can see here that you get so much in that. It's not what you think. It's not just that. It's these circles. They bend as well, so you can have hours of fun with the Enso pattern building flashes. See, the theory behind the Enso is it's like you do it with a paintbrush. This is the Japanese. I love this philosophy, and you get what you get. When you take your brush and you flick it, especially like in pottery, I use the Enso, and when you go round, if it doesn't go exactly as you'd like it to, you have to accept that that's what you've got. You can't start titivating. That is what you get. You work with what you have, like life. You work with what you've got. You don't try to apply your will to it. You don't try to bend it to suit you. You accept it for what it is, which I think is a great philosophy. And then these little fellas here, which are just beautiful, they mean, in Japanese writing, they mean enlightenment. And I think that this, like say on the back of a card, all these beautiful symbols, especially these. And the way I know the way up it has to go is I think of this as a little bucket. And the bucket's that way up. And then I know it's the right way round. So it's the tall one there and the bucket to the bottom. And it's easy to remember.
That's good to remember.
So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that as well, Paul, so that our friends can see what else is.
Yeah, we've got that on the screen. So the item number for that complete collection is 11900. Now, normally that would be £44.96. You've got a £10 saving, which brings it down to £34.96. Then you've got your club discounts, 10, 12.5 or 15%. And when you get to checkout, Japan 10 in that discount code area, and it will take an additional 10% off as well.
So this is a really great, do you know what I'm really happy about? Is that this double screen, the simulcasting is working.
It does. It works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When we tried it the other day, Barb went, right, that's it. She went, I don't need to come into the office anymore.
That's me now. I'm here. And if you, like humorous, Paul, show our friends at home how we've even made the tables, like the desk.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Take away the sign.
Take away the sign. Let me remove the sign. There it is.
Look. Oh no, it's moved.
Oh, has it moved?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's almost there, isn't it?
There, yeah. Oh, Jim. Doesn't matter. But what we did was, we fiddled with it. Okay, so what about we do some demonstrating? Paul, do you want to just talk a little bit more about pricing, recap, and then I'll get on with my demo?
Okie dokie. Yep. So I'll go to there we go. So we've got the details on the screen there for that brand new stamp set, which is item number 12119. Barbara Shack, Japanese Flowers Butterflies Sampler, the A5 stamp and mask set. That's £21.50 plus your club discount. And don't forget to add the code Japan10 when you check out. Now, if you like the larger collections, then we have the Beauty, which is the A5 square stamp and stencil collection. The item number for that is 21164. You've got a £2 saving, bringing it down to £19.98. Then we have Love, Japanese two-way overlay, item number 21165, same price, £19.98. Then the third in that collection is the Peace, item number 21166, £19.98. And then if you love those lovely Enzo and the Japanese symbols, then the item number for that is 11900, and you have a £10 saving, bringing that down to £34.96. So,
Okay. Well done, Paul.
Are we good to go?
I think so.
There we go then.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take over the full screen, and I'll go to the overhead, and I'll just show you. I'm going to put the stamps, one of the stamps, through their paces, and so you can see how the how those little overlays, how they work. Okay.
Great.
So I'm going to keep it simple. You can see from the gallery work how intricate and immaculate these stamps and the artwork that you create can be. I just need to show you the process. Let me just show you a couple of tricks and tips to make your life easier when you get them. Okay.
Okie dokie.
So if we take a look now at this, let's just go in here.
Swap you over. There we go.
You're doing it.
I did it. Yep.
Okay. So, for example, I've got my stamp there that I've mounted on a 4x4. Let's go to which stamp set I've gone to. And what I'll do is I'll put a white piece of copy paper underneath it so that we can see where I'm going. So you get all three, you see, and then you get it's all divided up. And I want to come in a bit tight so you can see the little numbers. See, when you look at the actual picture here or here, you can see they're all numbered.
Oh, yes.
So what that does is that helps me see. So I know that this little flower here that's got number 1 on it, it fits there. And number 2 fits where the 2 is. So it's like a little jigsaw puzzle.
Like stamping by numbers.
It's like stamping by numbers. And you can colour in beautifully. So apart from, as we saw, how you can use these independently, if you want to colour by numbers, which is what I'm going to show you, then this is how it works.
Perfect.
So the first thing I'll do is let's just go on. We'll get on the bus and we'll have a little look at, let me just get rid of some. I've got a lot of gear going on here. Just bear with me 1 second while I just move this lot out of the way.
And the detail in those stamps, I mean, as we explained earlier, hasn't been lost, even though they've been reduced in size.
Not at all. So let me just pan out a little bit so you can see it better right now. So I'm going to use, and then as far as the masks go, when you get the masks with that set, you get 6. So you get 2 for every one.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna work with the 2 round ones, and then I'll use the large one because you can see the mask. It takes the butterfly, that is protruding into a consideration as well. Okay, so let's just put them over there, and then I'm going to use the 3.5 by 3.5 inch stencil card that we can't keep on the shelf for popularity. It's it comes in a pack like this, Paul.
Yeah, item number 31131 for a pack of those.
And so I'm just going to take a piece of this. It's great for toppers, you know. Now, let me just, I haven't stamped this stamp up for a day or so. So let me just see. Sometimes, especially if it's brand new, you wanna go more than once. But I'll risk it for a biscuit, right? It's only a little bit of card. And also, I want to show you something else. When I'm using the ink pad, because it's not the newest ink pad in the world, right? I'm putting my finger, I'm putting pressure there. So I'm squeezing the felt, if you like, down onto the stamp. Yeah.
Okay.
There. Also, I tend to store when I get older, I store them upside down. So look out, Dave.
Poor Dave.
So I've stuck it in the middle of a 4x4. I've mounted it onto a 4x4 mega mount in the center, which gives me it in the center. So I'm using the mount as it's almost like a stamping platform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the positioner, isn't it?
Yeah, because when you look at if I come in tight, I know what's going to happen. You can see the marks, the hatching on there.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see if I take that away. There you go.
Look
Perfect.
at that.
What a nice image that
That is so crisp and detailed, and
isn't it?
yeah.
Really, really lovely. So here's one I did earlier. I tell
No
you why.
difference.
No. The reason I wanted it to dry a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So then what I did was I decided to show you how to color in these stamps.
Yeah.
Right. And so I took, let me just get the right ones. Oh, that's those ones. I've got they're those ones. Yes. Right. Good. Let's start with the butterfly. So I've mounted my large butterfly. I'll pan out a little bit. It's a little bit intimidating for me to come in that close. Right. So I've mounted my large butterfly that's going to sit on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what I've done is I've taken my other stamps that I've got here, and I've mounted them onto our fantastic stamp pens that Dave created.
Wow. They're
Right.
perfect for that then, aren't they?
Yeah, they sit on there beautifully. So I've got my stamp pens all good to go. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've done another, I've got the other one for the other.
Have you got a couple of sets of those then, Barb?
Oh yeah, I've actually only got a couple because we sold out, but that's all right. I've got 2 sets. And what are you going to tell us about them?
So these stamp pads, so you've got several different options. You can buy a set of the 4 different shapes, and it's £23.96. Or you can get 3 sets of those, and there's a special price on those as well. So if you go to the Clarity TV section on the website, then you'll be able to see all the options. You can buy them individually as well. So if you just want all circles or all squares, then you have that option as well.
Well done. Yeah, the stamp pens, I'll tell you why they're brilliant for this job, is because you can you position them. It just works really well. There's something about using a pen. We're all of us so used to using a pen that we get fantastic. We just know the pressure. It's like you just know that the pressure is exactly right. You know, whereas if you're using a stamping platform, and I'm not product bashing here, but for tiny stamps, anybody with a stamping platform, I'm sure it's quite hard to know how hard to press on that platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it depends. Everyone's
don't
different.
want the squidginess, do you?
No. So let me start, for example, with my mount. And so ink pads, of course, you can use any ink pads. What I'm using is they're Ranger archival minis, because we've got loads of them. We had a really big delivery, didn't we, Paul?
And and they're selling fast. They
I tell you what,
really are.
I am so glad, given the climate in the world at the moment. Ask me if I'm happy that we got a load of inks over from America in January.
Definitely.
Timing is everything, eh? Golly. Right. So we've got these really good archival ink pads, and I even bit the bullet and got a load of new ones in, didn't we, Paul?
We did. So you've got you've got the distressed archivals, and we also brand new, we got the dilution archivals as well. So check out the section on that website and you'll see everything that we have available.
Now let's have a little play, because when they're new, when they get older, these ink pads, I prefer them, but when they're new, they can be a little bit over inked, if you like.
Yeah, juicy
Lucy. Right. So so I'm going to stamp that on there. Let's have a look. 2nd generation if you wait, it doesn't come up. So these are quite light. I'm using Tea Rose here.
Nice.
Right. And mine aren't the newest ones, but if you've got a new ink pad, if you want to do, you can blend it on there. Let's see what happens if you do that. So you get a lighter generation. Do you see what I mean?
Lovely.
Yeah. So that makes a big difference if you use a spot-on sponge. That's all I was going to show you, was that these spot-on sponges that we also sell are brilliant for just diffusing the ink a little bit. If you find any ink, if you're using ink and it's a bit blistery, then all you do is, rather than waste the ink, right, you dab your stamp then onto a sponge. It doesn't matter, this could be dye-based, it could be any ink you like, right? Dab it onto a sponge. Eventually, you'll be able to use that sponge to then ink up your stamp directly. You see?
Of course, yeah.
Especially the little ones. So I'm just showing you, so you go like that, right, and you ink up that stamp. If it's too dark for you, then you blot it on there, then you hover with the handle, right, excuse my head in the way.
All clear.
All clear. And then you inject the colour, you see?
Yeah.
So if you want it to be darker, right, then you just don't go there, right? Don't go there. Don't go there. So let's say, for example, that's a more diffused one. Let's go to this one and let's use first generation ink. So I'm just hovering, excuse my head. See? So it's just a darker version of the same thing. So when we come in, and if you get a tiny little offset, you know, I like that. Don't get me wrong. I love having a little tiny drop shadow on the things.
Yeah.
So let's say now I've got my tiny stamps sorted out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the two different tricks. I've got loads of tricks. I could go for hours doing these, but I won't. So then
Dave needs his medication.
Dave needs his medication, bless him. Right, let's make sure I've got the right. Yeah, this is definitely the right one. What I should have done was, yeah, don't hover that long. Right.
Look at that stamp though, that's perfect.
It's the wrong one though, Paul. Hold on. See, I needed to, what I did was, by being so efficient, it's all right, it doesn't matter, because this is for test and this is for best. So here's my other theory, right, which is really important. When you're making artwork, I always have one for test and one for best, or I've always got 3 or 4 on the go at the same time. And that way you haven't got to go right back to the beginning to start again. Do you see what I mean? So this is your tester. It's the perfect way to test whether you've got it right or wrong. You know, when you're using these stamps, what you should do is check your stamp against your jigsaw puzzle first, Barbara.
You're just showing friends that sort of what could happen, aren't you?
Yeah, you know what's happened here? You see, I didn't mount the number 2 one. I only did these ones. So I've got the number 4 mounted.
Right. Well, if you want to purchase some more, you'll get an extra 10% off if you put Japan 10 in at checkout.
Shut up! I'm concentrating. Right, so I'm going to do, this is number 4. I've checked it now, and I know that it's going to sit on here beautifully. Right. So you see, that works beautifully.
Yes.
Right, number 4 works. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my jigsaw puzzle. So that's a really good, important thing for you to know. Then I'm going to go, this is number 1, right? I know it's number 1 because I'm comparing it with the artwork here, right?
The index
so
sheet.
I know it. I'm comparing it with the index sheet, so I know it's number 1. What I should have done is put them all on here. Look, put them all on here and then peeled them off as I'm using them.
Yeah.
But I was being lazy. So anyway, number 1. So I go to my picture. Number 1's that top one. Okay. So I'm just going to go to the top one and I can overlay it to make sure it's number 1. And it is. So I'll just pop that in there. Can we see what I'm doing?
We can indeed.
So then I'm going to hover over with the handle. Down I go, and it sits in there like a charm. And I'm using the darker color so that you can see exactly what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this one is it's number 2. So now I'm going to go to number 2, which is on here, right?
Yeah.
That's where I went wrong, is I didn't mount number 2 because I didn't have enough stamp pens.
Pens.
Right, so I've got my stamp pen now. Right, number 2, ink it up. Okay. If I wanted it to be more faded, diffused, I'll go to there, and then I'll show you if it's lighter. They don't all have to be the same. See, it's lighter than the other 2. Do you see what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's that one. Now this one here, so that's number 2. They're easy. And then that, even that little bit there is number 5. We've actually got that mounted as well. Great. There you go. So we'll turn that round. In that goes. And I'll do that light, and then I'll show you how you can go in and go again if you... Right, so I've done it light. Isn't that fabulous?
It is just so quick, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So come in there like so now you've got a mix. You see, it's got light and dark. And if you wanted to go in twice on that one, then you can go in and you can add a bit more depth. You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's easy to do if you decide you want to go in a bit darker. So now I'm showing you all these things. Let's have a look. And now so once you've done that, of course, it's like the next thing is colouring. If you were to take your pergoliners, let me just show you a couple of little tricks. And I can add a little bit of depth, if you like, by using the pergoliners over the top, right? So I can go in and I can add a bit of shadow. You can see.
And does it make any difference whether they're the B pencils or the A pencils?
Well, I've got an A pencils and B pencils. I'm just using them dry, but it's
Perfect.
a good question. Yeah. So for example, I'm using the lilac one, and I'm using the A pencil, which is A6, because actually orange or tea rose and this color go really nicely together. They're quite Japanesey. See, so you can see here, you can add a bit of shadow now just by throwing a little bit of...
Yeah.
So you just go in over the top of the archival. It looks really nice. You see?
Yeah. You can.
You see that? Okay.
Yeah. It's just starting to bring it together, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can add a little bit of depth over the top of the... Let's do it on the flowers as well if you choose to. Just adds a bit of shadow rather than using a grey. See?
Yeah.
So we could use a little bit of lilac, or like I say, it's nice. You know, you could get some lovely effects on the flowers if you choose. You could get like that.
Wow, what a difference that makes just by introducing a little bit of colour.
Yeah, bit of shadow, you see, and now so it's getting very arty now. See?
Yeah.
Pretty, isn't it?
I reckon, Barbie. Yeah, this is really, really nice. Are we going to do a giveaway?
Well, it's funny you should say that. Why don't we? Here's one I did earlier. I've got one already.
Okay.
So why don't we do that then? And this is, let me see. So this is the beauty set, isn't it? Beauty.
Yes.
So how about our friends just put beauty in the
comments?
In the comments. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, and then we'll choose a winner at the end of the hour, and we'll send a beautiful piece of artwork to them.
So I'm using the same pencil. I tell you what though, Paul, I've got something really important to show our friends at home.
Okay.
Right. And I'm going to do it. So
yeah, we control the time, don't we?
Yeah. I just wanted to show how you can add a little bit of a drop shadow as well with the same color.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's important, I think, because a lot of our friends are parchers and stampers. Have we got this plate in? Is this plate in Groovy yet?
Yeah, we've got a fantastic selection of Groovy plates. So they're all available individually. We've got this fantastic collection with some frames that you and Jazz designed,
right?
Which were the dotted semicircles that wrap around these central designs.
Right. So
yeah,
have we got them on the
we have indeed. Yeah. Let me just bring those details up.
Are we going to look at these in more detail at 2 o'clock then?
We will indeed. So yeah, because we've got the same designs not only in stamps, stencils, we also have them in Groovy And we've got them in dies, but we changed the shape from a circle to a square.
Right. Okay. So are we going to, we'll look at those in more detail at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock, yes.
I'm just
So,
showing you a little trick here. I'm using the side of the pencil. Sorry to interrupt, Paul. I'm using the side of the pencil just to add a little flash of colour in the white area. Okay. There's method in my madness here.
yeah,
So I'm just doing this. So I've added a little bit of shadow. You can see drop shadow, and I've used the same pencil for the whole thing here, apart
yeah.
from a flash of green in the stalks. So you can take the green and you can just, because of the way the flowers have been designed, you can add the green into the stalks. Now, one of the things I want to show you though is this is, I think it's really worth knowing. If you use Dorso oil and one of our spot on sponges, this is another one of Dave's better ideas, blending pens. And we always think that the Dorso oil and the blending pens are for parchment, but I think it's important that we make a note that the archival ink pad does not move when you use Dorso oil on it.
Right, okay.
So not on card.
Yeah,
So let's see, for example, if I add a little bit of Dorso oil, just like you do, or what parchers do,
yeah.
right? And then we're going to blend this color so it doesn't look so extreme underneath. You see, we'll blend it a bit.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
it
going to
sort of
take
softens it.
look, I've got my blending pens. These
Did
are
Dave
great.
make that?
Dave made that. Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it lovely? So I'm going to pop that in there like so. And then if I put a bit of Dorso oil on there,
yeah.
when I come in under here, you'll see it moves. It just blends out really
Look at that.
beautifully. Okay, so when you blend this out, you'll see it moves it and it makes it look misty. Look,
Yeah.
see how it's working? And when it dries up, I mean, obviously the oil is making the card a little darker because it's oil, but when it dries clear again. But what it does is it moves the ink, the pencil, the pigment.
That is so effective.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's an A pencil, but it's still blending it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's moving it, even though it's an A pencil. So that's worth bearing in mind,
Interesting.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, you see. You can move it around and you'll find that it makes a difference. It makes it mistier. If I show you one that I did earlier, can I? I'll show
Yeah,
you this one.
definitely.
Look, you can see how it's already, I've blended it really beautifully and it just
Wow.
moves. Yeah, but so interesting that even the A pencils work, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that at all because
No,
we just automatically think the Dorso with an oil-based pencil.
a happy accident, Paul.
Yes,
I
well, we
know.
need more of those.
But let me show you something else because this is really interesting because you stamp it onto a square piece of card, right?
Yeah.
So you stamp it onto a square piece of card, but now I've got it. So people are going to say, well, yeah, that's obvious. We're gonna take our nested circle dies. Let's pan out a little bit, right? We're going to take our nested circle die and we're going to cut it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you do that, it's very difficult to know because you can't see the outside. So it's very difficult to know whether you're in the right place or not. You're going to be off, aren't you?
Yeah.
So then the other thing you can do is, of course, cut this out first. Don't worry, I've got a trick. You cut this out first.
Yeah.
And then let's say, I'll show you, we'll go with a different, just to repeat ourselves, but it's good to do, right? Just so that you can see there's no trickery here. It's a little more difficult, I think, to stamp into there, but because we're come on with transparent stamps, we're award-winning transparent clarity stamps. We invented the things, so we should be able to stamp that onto there.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. And I think this is where stamping platforms are good. So we'll take that right? And then I'm going to hover, but you can see it's like, yeah, it's a little bit. As you come down closer, let's see how close we can get. I mean, again, it's a little bit of paint, it's a little bit of card. It's not, you know, don't stress over it if you're
Not
out.
gold leaf, is it?
No, you know, it's unless you've told someone you'll make 100 of them. Why would you? So let's have a look, because I've got a, if this is off a little bit, which I think it might be, then I'll show you a trick. Oh, it's not bad though.
No.
It's over that way a little bit. Do you see?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But I had another idea. So if I take this one, now I can't do that because I've spent all that time cutting it out, right?
Yeah.
And then I might cut in on the card,
Yes.
which would be a real shame.
It would.
So let me show you a trick. If I take these, right, I've got this one already from another set.
Okay.
So these are our nested circle die set. Have we got some of these in stock, Paul?
We have indeed. The item number for this is 30667. They should be $24.99 and they're on a special price of $19.99 plus all the relevant discounts.
So I thought, how do I do this? Right. So rather than take the one that covers the line,
yeah,
I'm going to take the one that's one out like that.
Okay, the next one up, yeah.
Next one out. See, now I can shape. Obviously, I can see what that's in the center, right?
Yes.
I can eyeball it. I can measure it if I'm really want to be perfect. But you can see how that will sit on there. This is if I want to cut it out, friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I cut this out, let's cut it out, and then I'm just going to stick this down so that it's in the right place. See, and what this does is, if I do this, and then I'll cut, I'm going to cut this out, right? And I'm going to hold that in place. And I've got to know that that's in the right place. Now it's a lot easier for me now to line this one up, because now I'm not looking at the inside, I'm looking at the outside.
Oh, of course.
See, so now I go like that and I can see exactly
Wow.
that line around the outside. That's good, isn't it?
That is very clever.
I mean, it's still only a piece of card. Don't lose any sleep over it. But this is a great way if you're getting in really tight on an image.
Yeah.
And you're not sure, then you can get your eye in. You get your eye in. You get your focus in on that edge. Do you see?
Yeah, because now you've got that guidance, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's worth just looking and saying, right, is that exactly right? I'm happy with that. That's good. I'm going to take that now and see. So then I know that's got to work. So let's just do it, right? Because you need a die cutting machine for this. It would be okay if it was a square design, but circular is always more difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's just take all that. I'm just going to make a sandwich now. Make sure it's all like that.
Is it lunchtime already?
I'll make a sandwich. Right. So I'll take that, right, and I'll make sure that it's all on board. Then I'll take my magnetic shim. I need it more as a layer than anything, don't I?
Yeah.
Just make sure that's in the right place. See, I'm not. Paul's the die cutting. He's the paper engineer. I'm not. But
I would never have thought, but now that you've done that, that is just so obvious.
I think sometimes when you come from a different world, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
You see things differently, don't you? I'm not a die cutter, although I am.
But I suppose back in the day when Groovy was first launched, we didn't come from that background. So you used to use like the distress markers and ink pads and brushes and stuff like that, didn't you?
Exactly. And so let's see if it worked. And then you'll see then, I'll show you, if I take this away now, right? I mean, I'm not going to use the card because it's, well, you can, if you go slowly, you can. right?
Yeah, so it
The,
creates
the
an
stencil
aperture,
card's
doesn't
pretty
it?
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. There you go. I love it when it works, Paul.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
So when you come in like that, look, it's absolutely
Look at
bang on.
that.
And it takes the ache out of, you know, and it's cutting around a circle, an image really, really tightly. And it's,
Yeah.
but you're getting your eye in, you're eyeballing it. Do you see what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're concentrating on the outer edge, and the same holds true for any. You're just bringing in the focal. There you go. Look, and that's handy as well.
Yeah.
But I want to show you now. If we just get rid of that, right? So now I've got that bit as well, haven't I? I've got that bit there. So if I show you, let's take the. Here's one I did earlier.
Okie
Right?
doke.
So now I've got that piece. It doesn't even have to be in the middle. Look, somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And that piece has come out of it because it's the same die. Right. There
Yeah.
we are. So now I could, you know, I could do that, and then I could put a. So then we go, right, so now I'm going to put a colour around the back, and then it all becomes square and da-di-da. But let's say I use that, but I take a piece of companion paper and I hide the hole. I haven't wasted it then, have I? So I've gutted the middle bit. I pop that on there like that, right? So that's there. Then I take this piece, which I took out of the centre, and I pop that on there.
Look at that.
So now, this is really nice to do this.
Yeah.
I'll show you. Look, here's one I did earlier. I got carried away yesterday. So you can use a piece of 3.5 by 3.5 if you want to go solid.
Yeah.
So where am I getting these coloured pieces from? Look, nice.
Look at
these are my
those.
swatches. Look, these swatches.
Yeah, so we've got
Hang on.
those. Yeah, we've got so these are the little as you say, the swatches. So we've got Amazonia, Waimea, Shenandoah, Northern Lights, and Toscana.
You see, and what you do is, let me show you, because if I take any one of these, like this is the size of them, okay, it's exactly that size. Look, you see, and then what I've done is, and I mocked this up. Let me just bear with me 1 second. I've got it mocked up here for you. Now, where did I put that? Just 1 second. Here it is. I mocked it up. So that's a 5 by 5. I'll come out a bit so you can see it better. Okay. So there's your 5 by 5.
Yeah.
Right. Here's my 5 by 5. I've done it in white, and I've used an embedder around it. See the embedder?
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay. I'll show you that in a minute. So, but just for the sake of design, so you can see it, that's a 5 by 5 inch card blank.
Yeah.
This is a 3.5 by 3.5 or 9 centimeters square. That's what we're buying, isn't it? Those ones.
It is, yes.
Then this one is, you take any one of these, right? That it's 7 centimeters, and then all you've got to do is cut it square. So it's 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and that then is the exact size that you need to pop these on there. But it's worth knowing those measurements.
Yeah, that's really, and yeah, there's not much cutting involved at all. That's the only cutting part, isn't there?
And these little bits, right? These bits that you cut off at the bottom, you trim that bit off, don't you? If you like, you trim that off to get your square. That bit is ideal for your little, look, hang on, I can't get my finger underneath it. There.
Oh, for the kiss stickers.
So then we've got that one, then we got that one, then we've done another one there like that. So then you could put a little kiss sticker in there, and there's still enough wiggle room. Do you see?
That is really
Tell
nice.
us about the kiss stickers, Paul.
Okay, so the kiss stickers, I'm just going to get those details for you. Just bear with me. So the item number for the kiss stickers is 31323, and you're going to get 8 sheets. You get 4 black and 4 white. In total, there's 460 stickers in there, and you've got 2 different design sets in each of them.
So you're talking about it. I'm going to show you. These are the kiss stickers.
Yeah.
Right. These are the ones. They've got different writing. If you look, this is what Paul's talking about. So you've got 8 sheets, 4 black, 4 white, 460 stickers, but they've got really nice messages. You are gorgeous, love you lots, sweet pea, never forget, you are so kind, chin up buttercup, how lucky am I to have you in my life. And you get 2 of the black and 2 of the white, and then you've got another set like have a great day, happy birthday to you, have a great day, happy birthday to you, and then you get it in black, have a great day, happy birthday to you. So you get 2 of each, so you got loads really.
There really is, and with the white ones, obviously you can introduce color to them as well,
Yes,
can't you?
you get more fabulous with every year.
Oh,
You
thanks.
do, Dave. Sorry.
Oh, Dave. Oh, Dave. All right
Oh,
then.
you do too. No, you do too.
I'll let Dave have that one.
So those are the Kiss stickers, which are really good as an embellishment. Yeah. And you can
That
see
style of the font works
Yeah.
beautifully with that, doesn't it?
It does indeed. And then as far as finishing, like actually assembling it all, is very easy. What's the time?
Just coming up to 10 past.
Just coming up to 10 past. Okay, we've still got some friends with us in the room.
We have indeed.
Well,
and also when we do the TV shows, our Clarity Social TV shows, when Barb's doing a demo like this, we also make a download available as well.
Yes.
So Jazz has worked her magic. Barb emailed all the stuff through. So after the show, I'll get that uploaded so you can download and you can see in more detail the 2 finished pieces of artwork and a list of what was used as well.
Which I think is a great asset, isn't it? It's a great bonus.
Yeah.
So now, for example, I've got my 5 by 5 inch card there.
Yeah.
Right? And if I were to use my embedders, just bear with me 1 second while I find them, because I know I had it all here. Right, there we are, look. So if I bring in my embedders, I'm going to show you this because we get, believe it or not, we get asked a lot about how these embedders work. So I'm going to show you because they really, they take your art to the next level, don't they, Paul?
They do. It's that finishing touch, isn't it? And when you look at what you've just stamped out, so you've got 2 different finishing tricks here. You've got that beautiful companion paper swatch to enhance your colouring.
Yeah.
And now you've got this touch of luxury with the embedders.
See, but normally what we do is we'd have that on there like so, right? We'd maybe trim that back, but that'd stay square. And then it would end up being a square. So this is just a way to get the round perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I really like that. It's a very simple trick. And to get it in the right place.
So clever. So clever that was.
And then what we're going to do is then you're going to take your 3.5 by 3.5 and you'll see that 3.5 around the outside, or whatever it was I said it was in metric, 9 centimeters. Oh, I tell you what, if you're in the club, Gilly and I, we've had our little epiphany this week, and on the back, you know, we said that the folders, the booklets, right? We've extended the booklets, so now there are more steps for Jane and Linda and myself to get more involved with the photograph step-by-steps for the clubs now, the projects.
Yeah.
And so on the back, what we've also included is a ruler, because some, you know, I use inches, I'm an inch girl, right? Then other people are metric. Then we've got friends in the States are inch people. Then we've got friends in Europe, they're definitely going to be centimeters and millimeters. So what we've done is, and it'll be on every booklet going forward, there's a kind of a really handy imperial metric ruler running up the side, like a converter.
Brilliant.
Very good.
It does look good. I know it took Gilly a while to get that sorted, so it was actual size as well, but it's fantastic.
It looks great because it's actual size as well, which is important, isn't it?
Yeah.
So so what we've got here is we've got the 3.5 by 3.5 inch. So we work out which are the embedders. So there are loads of different ones in this pack of mixed embedders. Have you got the details on them? If you want the embedders,
yep, the item number for the square and rectangle embedders is 31301. They're £12.99 plus all the relevant discounts.
And you get loads of them. You get 8 square and 8 rectangle, but they come either right angle or beveled around the edge, which is really cool. And these are just the very first ones we ever introduced, and they're useful. But you can see that it's going to sit exactly right there. So
Yeah.
let me just take that and I'm going to show you how this works. So that's the front of my card. I'm opening it up. We're working on the front, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna pop that on there like so. Let me take a piece of low tack tape and I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to come up a little bit. I think the camera seems to be a bit higher, doesn't it?
You need one of those cameras we've got here, Barb.
Yeah, well, when we can afford it. No, I don't. I'm happy with this one.
It's
This
a
is
nice
great.
exercise, isn't it? Stretching.
It's fine. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a piece of low tack tape right across,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to hover with it until I'm happy with where it sits in the middle, eyeballing it again. Right.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is making sure that it's equidistant. Right. And then on the outside there and there, I just lift it up a little bit on that. I'm just going to do that and lift it up a little bit there because I'm going to run along here with my blade in a minute with my embossing tool.
Cool. Yeah.
Right. So now I've got that. So I'll lift that over and now we're on the other side, on the inside of the card. So
Okay.
you can see that I've got it sitting on a black piece of paper. So
Yeah.
that way I'm not turning. I don't know how dirty this is, my
True.
surface is. So I'm turning the paper rather than the card, right?
Yeah.
And then I've got, just bear with me, I've got this a bit skanky looking, but it does the job. It's a tumble dryer sheet.
Yeah. That comes in the starter kit, but available
Yeah,
in
so
all
I'm
good
just
high
going to
street
use the
stores.
tumble dryer sheet now just to run along those edges, right? So I've gone twice now to do that.
Yeah.
That'll work. Okay, and then I'm going to take my embossing tool. I'm going to use the number 2, the one with a little ball at the end.
Okay.
And then, excuse my head because I'm standing for this. I'm going to
You're
come
good.
along like that. Okay, and then I'm going to come around the corner because I can see. You can see I've kind of embedded it. You see that?
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
you can see that.
So then I'm going to come down here, cut round the corner again. Come down there, cut round the corner. Turn the artwork. Down we go again, cut round the corner. And then when I lift this over and I remove this, I get a really lovely, let's see if I can bring it into the, yeah, you see it there, look.
Yeah. I mean, that is just something so simple, but so if you're selling your cards, the value that can add to a finished card.
And because we're working with a white piece, you see, so you want it you kind of want that. So now it's because you're using a white layer as well. So let's just do this so you understand what the point is. So now I'm going to take this one, this white layer, and I'm going to use our tape runners. We got any info on the tape runners, Paul?
We have indeed. So if you want one of those tape runners, the item number is 31065. However, we do a collection where you can get 4 of them, and the item number for that is 31146.
So assembly, I'll pop that one in next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The white on white looks lovely, doesn't
looks
it?
fabulous. So then I'm going to take my this piece next.
From your swatches, yeah.
Right, and the swatches, every single, it just depends entirely which colour you want to use.
Yeah, I suppose what colour you've coloured in your design.
So these tape runners are marvellous. I think we've got them in stock still.
We have indeed.
Right, and then I'm doing what I call a 2-finger trick. So I'm hovering and I'm separating with my 2 fingers so I can see that it's centered. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll pop that in there. That'll do. And then the last one is this one, and then we'll just make a little daisy like that. There we go. And what's important with this, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you at 2 o'clock. Right, I want to show you a really arty, grungy trick. If you're into mixed media and you want to see, this is as clean and beautifully simple as it gets, really. That little trick. Let's come in a bit closer, and then I'll hand back to you, Paul. But you can see there, you've got the layers. So it goes in, and then it goes out, and then it layers up. Yeah. Really nicely done. Yeah, you see that?
Wow. Yeah, you can definitely see that, and it is that. And really, when you think about it, it's just that one of those stamps from that collection gives you that beautiful piece of artwork.
It sure
really, really
does.
does. Yeah.
And so you can see how easy it is. Let me just move myself over. There you go. You can see
Yeah.
how easy that is to create those layers. But I thought that the idea of using the next nested circle out to cut was
That is,
really great.
yeah, that is really, really good. And I'm guessing even if if you're buying the larger version, there'll be a die that will fit around the larger version as well. So although you've done this lovely little mini make,
Yeah.
then you could replicate that in the larger one, and you've got those 3 different options to choose from as well.
And just to get our mixed media girls and boys going, right?
Yeah.
If you remember, at the end of October last year, we did a really cool, let me just, oh yeah, hang on a minute, before I knock all these tulips out of the way. Thank you, Deborah Wheeler, for the beautiful tulips, by the way.
Oh, lovely.
Now, do you remember in October, we did a woo-wah and leafy overlay stencils?
Yes,
Right.
it was
If
a
I just,
craft along, wasn't
do you
it?
remember just
Yeah.
these stencils, and we
Yeah.
used these really leafy. It was really
Yeah,
cool,
that's right. Yeah.
right? These are the stencils, the leafy overlays, and they'll be on the website as well.
Yeah.
And they're called 7x7 leafy overlay stencils. I don't know the number of it.
No,
Do
we
you,
can.
Paul?
I'll add that into the show for the afterwards.
So just to get your mixed media juices flowing, I just want to show you. I'm just going to take the screen back again quickly,
Okie
Paul.
dokie. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
and then I'll
Oh,
I'll show you how it works. So, say for example, we're using these pieces here. I'll show you. So we've got like loads of these prints. Let me.
yeah.
We pulled loads of these prints, and there it is recorded. I'll just back out a little bit because I want to show you the idea with the dies.
Okay.
Right. So you know, you pull prints and you think, well, they're rubbish. You know, but what are you actually going to do with this? That's the question, isn't it? I like it. Well, what am I going to do? I'm not going to frame it, am I? I'm not going to put it on the wall, but I like it.
I thought that was the stencil.
That
The
is,
colour.
it's printed. These are
Yeah, no, I
acrylic
thought it
prints.
was the actual stencil, the colour of it from here.
Oh,
Like the
no,
actual
no, no.
stencil.
But this is it. You see, you make all these prints, don't you? Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, some are brilliant, but still, even then, what are you going to do with it? You're going to frame it? You're going to, you know, look, lovely. Nice, nice, nice. Bit weird. But you see what I mean? Everybody that uses gel press, we end up with all this, don't we? And then what do we do? Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you. So then you take these bits, right? This is a Sam Crow special here, I'm telling you, right? You take these bits and you cut out the bits in like that. Right, I'll show you. So now we're taking the ring piece. That
Yeah.
sounds terrible. We're taking the we're taking the circular die, right?
Disc. Yeah.
Disc, and then you're cutting the piece out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or look, this is the other piece. This is, look, I'll show you. You can see where I've gone with this. Look, there
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Right. So you've cut this all out, right? This is
Yeah.
that bit there. Look. You cut the holes out.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you start moving them back in again. So now I'm going to pop that one in there, for example. And this becomes its own piece of artwork now. Look, you move it around. Sam, this is the Sam idea about cutting bits out and then transferring them. But this circular idea, I thought, well, hang on a minute. What about if we then we've got our
new stamps,
and you can pop them in there. Look, so this is the piece now, right? That's a card, say.
Yeah.
And now you take that and you pop that in there and you move it around. You decide which way do you want it to go? Do you want the butterfly like that? See, that's a beautiful piece of artwork.
Look at
that is.
Yeah.
But it looks just as nice if you take that and then just put it in another one like there. Look.
Yeah, or a different angle.
Move it
because
in,
it's all
turn the
coming from the
angle
same piece, isn't it?
It's all coming from the same color. It's all coming.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't even have to. Yeah, it's all coming from the same paint, the same piece. So here's a three up now, right?
Yeah.
You could put that one in there like so, that one in the center, then you put this one in there like that, and you see how you're changing it.
Yeah.
It's so good to do.
That is,
So
I love that.
it's very, very nice to do. And the whole idea for me, see, so now it's playtime because I know that I can stamp onto a blank. So if
Yes.
I had got a boring bit of print and it's like, well, you know, what am I doing with this? It's got nothing, but it's perfect for color stamping on. So I can
Yeah.
take the stamp and stamp straight onto that. You know, we can. I just showed you that we can.
Yes.
Right. And then you've got that. You add a little bit of color. The B pencils on acrylic paint, absolutely brilliant. Right. They work so nicely.
That
And
just
this is
looks.
the kind, isn't that great?
Yeah.
And what I wanted to kind of explain with this was, you know, I'm working on a 1, 2, 3 foundation course for gel press. And this is the
Wow.
kind of thing, this is the road we're going down. The same as you and Louise are doing the foundation course for the groovy, you know, the
Yeah.
core essentials. I'm just about to launch a 1, 2, 3 course, a foundation section, which is the core essentials of how to use mono printing plates, the gel press, right?
Yeah.
And then once we've done that core essential course, then I'll split it into using inks, using paint, transfer tricks, all the different things that I've learned over the last 10 years, but in
Wow.
a real like modular section at a time, tick that box, go down that process, you know.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I just wanted to sort of say that this kind of stuff, if this stuff turns you on, because it really does it turns me on, this kind of acrylic art and different ways of playing with collage, paper piecing, etc. If you're into that kind of thing, then please do me a favor and just look out for give me another week or so, and then look out for that foundation course for gel press. Yeah.
Wow.
I just wanted to put that out there because I find it, sorry to take the stage here, but for me, what's exciting is that you can take something like that and make it so clean, and then in the same breath, you take exactly the same stamp. That's the art of clarity, and then be able to apply it to something completely different. Look,
Yeah.
and
That just looks, yeah, it is a piece of art, isn't it?
yeah. So the general consensus, and you can still use it as an art card. See, there we are. Look,
Yeah.
fabulous. Look
Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting a bit messy here now, but if I were to look, even with the embedders, you trim it down a little bit, you decide which way round. Love it.
Yeah.
There's your art card.
Those leafy overlay stencils work perfectly within
Yeah,
the
they were
style, don't they? They've got
fantastic.
like a bamboo type look to them, haven't they? Like a leaf.
Well, again, on the theme of Japanese, there's nothing more Japanese than this kind of artwork. Look,
Yeah.
so Japanese.
Look at that.
Yeah, so there you go. That's me over and out for an hour. Oh, look, it's
Super.
already 1.5 hours in.
We need
Sorry,
to just choose a winner for the giveaway. So I'm going to just scroll through. So just bear with me for a moment. I'm going to turn away. Tell me when to stop.
This card, stop.
Stop. Okay. And the winner is Vanessa Mackenzie.
Vanessa Mackenzie, there you go, my darling.
Congratulations.
That card is on its way to you.
It will be indeed. I'll write that down. I'll get a pen. I'll write that down later. I can go back. So congratulations. If you'd like to contact me, which is paul@claritystamp.com, then we'll get that sorted for you.
Well done, Paul. So let's see. We've done a really nice demo. I didn't get to the large ones. I'll have to blog that one.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're coming back at 2 o'clock. But
We
then
are.
really the ball is in your court more because it's more dies, isn't it?
Yep, so we've got dies. We'll have a look at some artwork for using the dies. We'll have a look at the groovy. There's some beautiful artwork if you're in your groovy thing. Those plates in groovy they just blow away the artwork. So we'll have a look at some of that. Yeah, and we'll put the dies through their paces, and just because there's something special about the dies. Not only obviously they've got those lovely designs, but they've gone from circle into square, which gives it a different look as well.
Very lovely. And you know, and it's I just love this artwork, even though I say so myself. There's again, I think it's because it's Japanese, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's also got that style to it that it can be Japanese, but it's also quite spring-like and quite elegant in style.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely.
So,
it's just it's very sophisticated and elegant.
Yeah.
Like you, Paul.
Oh, thanks. What you want? What do you want?
I've been on Dave's tramadol.
So if you're interested in that new collection, the item number is 12119. It's got a price of £21.50 plus your discounts. And don't forget, we've got the downloads, which I'll load up in the next half hour of the demo that Barb's just done. And the other thing, I've lost my piece of paper. I haven't done any demoing, and it's all over the place. I don't know where it was. Oh, it's hiding under here. I just go to the overhead on that. There we go.
I'm gonna minimize.
Okie doke.
Oh, hang on, wrong one.
That's all right.
There you go.
There we go. So March is Japan month at Clarity. Use the code Japan10 at checkout to receive 10% off all orders placed from now until the end of March. And this code can be used multiple times. Exclusions do apply, so they won't apply to online workshops, club membership, etc., etc. But you can use it again and again.
Marvelous. Well done, Paul. Okay, so thank you for joining us. And we did overrun by at least half an hour, but hey ho, my rules.
Absolutely.
And thank you for keeping us company. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you like the new stamps. Do take advantage of that Japanese discount code, and let's enjoy March. Let's enjoy the sunshine coming in, the cherry blossoms on the trees. Let's flood our social pages with lots of beautiful creative artwork by your good selves. I'll get Grace involved, and she can do the Saturday share, and we'll bring it all together and just have a bounce it up a bit. There'll be giveaways, there'll be competitions. Just stay close to Clarity and enjoy the ride.
I like that. Stay close to Clarity. I like that.
Stay close.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Good. Well, and Paul, I'll let you close up.
Yep.
I don't know how that works. You're in charge of the knobs at that end.
So thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with you again at 2 o'clock. Take care now.